Welcome to Secret Society's podcast. I'm your host, Ben Carter. Beneath the hallowed halls of the elite boarding schools, where the crème de la crème of society's youth are nurtured, a chilling secret has long been guarded. You may imagine these institutions as bastions of academia, sports, and culture. Yet beneath the surface, they are home to a clandestine world, a world of secret societies and hidden symbols, a web of influence and silence that spans centuries. The story begins with a seemingly innocuous symbol, an unassuming owl etched discreetly into a stone balustrade at one of England's oldest and most prestigious boarding institutions, Eton College. To the untrained eye, it's but a quaint piece of architecture. But to those privy to its secret, the owl is a stark reminder of a powerful society that thrives in the shadows, the Society of the Night Owl. Born in the late 1800s, the Society of the Night Owl was a brainchild of a select group of Eton students who, dissatisfied with the stringent norms of their time, sought a platform for intellectual and philosophical rebellion. The owl, a symbol of wisdom and mystery, became their emblem, a silent testament to their clandestine activities. The Society's reach was not confined to Eton. It spread its wings, penetrating other elite institutions, including America's Ivy Leagues, transforming into a global network of power and influence. The members, referred to as night owls, were handpicked, chosen for their exceptional intellect, ambition, and more ominously, their potential to wield power in later life. Today, it's impossible to tell how many world leaders, influential entrepreneurs, and titans of industry have been night owls. The Society's influence remains as potent as ever, its members continuing to shape global trends from behind the scenes. The eerie silence shrouding its activities adds to the enigma, making it a daunting task to unravel the true extent of its reach. The owl symbol, though seemingly innocuous, is now seen in a new light. It is a chilling reminder of the power that operates behind the scenes, a power that shapes the fate of nations and the course of history. The Society of the Night Owl is but one example of the secret societies that lurk in the shadows of elite boarding schools, a startling revelation that makes one question the true nature of these esteemed institutions. The clandestine world of secret societies, hidden symbols, and silence, once considered the stuff of fiction, is very much a reality, and it all begins beneath the hallowed halls of the world's most elite boarding schools. The owl is watching, its gaze piercing through the veil of ignorance and secrecy, beckoning us to delve deeper into the enigmatic world of the secret societies of the elite. At the heart of the Society of the Night Owl's origins, we find ourselves transported back to Victorian England, a period marked by rapid industrial growth, societal change, and a burgeoning sense of British supremacy. This was the historical backdrop against which the Society was born, and crucially, it was an era that championed intellectual prowess and scientific discovery. Eton College, the birthplace of the Society of the Night Owl, was a microcosm of Victorian Britain. Founded in the 15th century by King Henry VI, Eton was an institution steeped in tradition, its student body consisting of the nation's most privileged sons. Yet beneath this veneer of propriety, a counterculture was emerging. The late 19th century saw a group of Eton students, dissatisfied with the constraints of their privileged upbringing, band together to form the Society of the Night Owl. This was no ordinary teenage rebellion. These were young men destined for positions of power, eager to break free from the shackles of societal expectation. The formation of a secret society offered an outlet for their intellect and ambition, a sanctuary where they could question, debate, and challenge the norms of their time. The Society's emblem, the owl, was a fitting symbol, embodying the wisdom, mystery, and nocturnal habits of these young rebels. The secrecy surrounding their meetings was as much about self-preservation as it was a response to the restrictive Victorian morality of their time. By operating under the cover of darkness, they could explore radical ideas without fear of retribution. As the Society's influence grew, it began to spread beyond Eton's centuries-old walls, reaching across the Atlantic to America's Ivy Leagues. Here, the Society found fertile ground among the elite students of Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. These institutions, like Eton, were breeding grounds for future world leaders, making them the ideal platform for the society's expansion. The secrecy and structure of the Society of the Night Owl were reflective of the times. Victorian Britain was a society of strict social hierarchy and secrecy, and this was mirrored in the society's clandestine operations. The elite nature of the society, coupled with its secretive practices, ensured its longevity and influence, allowing it to infiltrate the upper echelons of society, where it continues to wield power to this day. The Society of the Night Owl is a manifestation of the paradox that defined Victorian society. A world that celebrated reason and progress, yet was stifled by tradition and hierarchy. It is within this paradox that we find the origins of the secret societies that continue to operate in the shadows of the world's most prestigious educational institutions. At the heart of the Society of the Night Owl lay a cadre of influential figures whose identities, while shrouded in secrecy, shaped the trajectory of this clandestine organization. Among them was Charles Battenberg, an Eton alumni and a future statesman. His charisma and intellectual prowess were instrumental in attracting like-minded individuals to the society. His leadership, however, was never officially acknowledged, mirroring the society's ethos of eschewing traditional hierarchies. Another key figure was William Ashe, a Harvard student of English literature. Ashe is believed to have been responsible for the society's expansion across the Atlantic, establishing the first American chapter in the 1890s. His ties to the publishing world also led to the creation of one of the society's most treasured documents, the Book of Night, a compilation of essays, poems, and philosophical treatises written by society members. This book, kept under lock and key, served as a testament to the intellectual rigor of the society, a symbol of their collective wisdom. The society's rituals were designed to reinforce the bonds of brotherhood among its members. New initiates would undertake a rite known as the Night's Vigil, wherein they would spend an entire night in solitary contemplation, symbolizing their commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. On the stroke of midnight, they would recite an oath, promising to uphold the principles of the society, to strive for intellectual freedom, and to protect the society's secrecy at all costs. Interestingly, the society also had a ritualistic meal known as the Owl's Feast. Served at the break of dawn, this meal was a symbolic acceptance of the initiate into the society. The menu, while varied, always included a dish featuring nightshade, a plant renowned for its nocturnal blooming, a further nod to the society's emblem and nocturnal proclivities. The Society of the Night Owl's goals were ambitious. They sought to foster intellectual freedom, to challenge societal norms, and to influence policy through their members in positions of power. However, to maintain their secrecy and protect their members, they adopted a principle of plausible deniability. This meant that the society's actions were often carried out indirectly, through intermediaries or influencer networks, making it difficult to trace their influence back to its source. This elaborate network of influential figures, sacred texts, and intricate rituals, all shrouded in secrecy, has enabled the society to navigate the vicissitudes of time and societal change, ensuring its survival and influence well into the 21st century. The Society of the Night Owl, in its elusive nocturnal nature, continues to intrigue and fascinate, a testament to the enduring allure of secret societies. The conspiracy theories that swirl around the Society of the Night Owl are as numerous as they are diverse. The most prevalent among these is the belief that the society functions as a global puppet master, discreetly pulling the strings behind major world events. This theory posits that the society's elite membership, made up of influential figures from various sectors, allows it to exert significant influence over global politics, economics, and culture. The society's principle of plausible deniability has only fueled these speculations. Its indirect approach to decision-making and influence, often carried out through third parties, makes it nearly impossible for outsiders to conclusively trace the society's involvement in any given event. Yet this very secrecy, paradoxically, has led many to believe that the society's reach is far more extensive than it appears on the surface. The society's influence over the political realm, for instance, is alleged to be extensive. Some theorists argue that many political leaders, both past and present, were members of the society, using their positions of power to subtly further the society's agenda. These leaders, it is claimed, would often consult the society's sacred text, the Book of Night, to guide their decision-making. The society, in turn, is believed to have used these leaders as vehicles to shape global politics to its advantage, manipulating events from behind the scenes. Similar claims have been made about the society's influence over the world economy. It is suggested that the society's members hold controlling interests in numerous major corporations and financial institutions worldwide. They are accused of using their economic clout to shape market trends, control resources, and even orchestrate financial crises to serve their interests. The society's cultural influence, too, is a topic of intense debate. The society, it is believed, has subtly shaped society's values, beliefs, and norms through its members in the fields of education, media, and the arts. They are accused of promoting ideologies that serve their interests, subtly molding public opinion to further their goals. Each of these theories, while unproven, paints a picture of the Society of the Night Owl as a shadowy, omnipresent force, quietly shaping the course of human history from the shadows. Whether these theories hold water or merely reflect an innate human fascination with the mysterious and the clandestine is a question that continues to captivate and confound. Indeed, the enigmatic nature of the Society of the Night Owl only serves to perpetuate its allure, its influence, and its aura of invincibility. Evidence of the Society of the Night Owl's existence and influence, while elusive, is said to be discernible to those who know where to look. Proponents of the Society's existence often point to architecture, coded documents, numerology, and even mysterious events as indicators of the Society's handiwork. In the architecture of elite boarding schools, for example, some argue that there are hidden symbols linked to the Society. Certain architectural elements, such as the use of owls in stonework or ironwork, have been identified as possible identifiers. Likewise, the prevalence of night-themed motifs, such as stars and moons, in architectural designs, has also been suggested as evidence of the Society's influence. Documents, too, have been scrutinized for signs of the Society's coded communication. Some point to seemingly innocuous letters between school officials, which, when read with an understanding of the Society's alleged coded language, reveal discussions of society business. Others have claimed to find hidden messages in school publications, suggesting that the Society uses them to transmit instructions to its members. Numerology, a persistent feature in the world of secret societies, is also said to play a role in the Society of the Night Owl. The number 7, for instance, is believed to hold special significance for the Society. This theory is supported by the recurring instances of the number in the Society's alleged activities. For example, the Society's reported meetings often happen on the 7th day of the month or involve 7 key members. Some also point to mysterious events, such as sudden changes in school leadership or unexplained financial windfalls, as evidence of the Society's influence. These events, they argue, align too neatly with the Society's reported goals to be mere coincidence. However, it's crucial to note that much of this evidence is circumstantial and open to interpretation. What some see as clear signs of the Society's presence, others dismiss as coincidences or the products of overactive imaginations. In this world of shadows and secrecy, hard facts are a rare commodity, and much remains buried in the annals of time. The truth, if it exists, is expertly hidden, cloaked in layers of mystery that only deepen as we delve further into the enigma that is the Society of the Night Owl. Despite the intriguing evidence and persistent rumors, mainstream media, academic institutions, and official channels have maintained a skeptical stance regarding the existence and influence of the Society of the Night Owl. This skepticism is not without its controversies. Critics argue that there is a systematic effort to suppress, deny, or downplay the allegations surrounding these societies. The media, for example, has often framed the Society of the Night Owl as a fanciful theory, a construct of overzealous conspiracy theorists. Coverage tends to be dismissive, painting the society as a myth, a folktale passed down generations of students in hushed whispers around campfires. Rather than investigating the claims, journalists often resort to ridiculing those who believe in the society's existence. This attitude, some argue, is indicative of a larger pattern of media complicity in maintaining the status quo and protecting the elite. Academic institutions, especially the boarding schools alleged to be the society's stronghold, have often outright denied the existence of such societies. These institutions argue that the so-called evidence is nothing more than misinterpretations and misreadings of school traditions and symbols. Furthermore, they maintain that the rumors are baseless, stemming from a misguided perception of the schools as secretive and exclusive entities. Officials have not been immune to these allegations either. Whenever questions have been raised about the society's influence, whether it be in school policies, funding decisions, or appointments, the response has been swift and unequivocal denial. Officials argue that these allegations are not only baseless, but also harmful, casting unwarranted aspersions on the integrity of the institutions involved. Yet, it's hard to ignore the striking synchronicity in these responses. The steadfast denials, the dismissive attitudes, the attempts to ridicule and delegitimize the claims, all these suggest a coordinated effort to control the narrative surrounding the Society of the Night Owl. Critics argue that this is not merely about disproving baseless rumors, but rather a concerted effort to shield these societies, and by extension the elites who purportedly belong to them, from scrutiny. Yet despite these attempts at suppression and denial, the whispers persist, the rumors continue to circulate, and the mystery surrounding the Society of the Night Owl deepens. And so, while the mainstream narrative may dismiss these societies as mere myths, there are those who continue to challenge this narrative, seeking to shed light on the shadows that shroud these enigmatic societies. The question remains, what truths lie hidden beneath the layers of denial and dismissal? The search for answers continues. The spiritual and philosophical dimensions of the Society of the Night Owl are as enigmatic and elusive as the society itself. Yet, fragments of truths, whispers of rituals, and veiled references to esoteric teachings do emerge, painting a fascinating, albeit incomplete picture of the society's belief system. It's been said that the Society of the Night Owl is deeply rooted in a complex synthesis of ancient philosophical traditions and modern scientific theories. The society allegedly draws heavily from Hermeticism, a philosophical and spiritual tradition that dates back to Greco-Roman Egypt. This tradition espouses the belief in a single unifying truth that underlies all physical and metaphysical phenomena. This concept of unity, often expressed in the maxim "as above, so below," implies that the patterns found in the cosmos are mirrored in human nature and vice versa. This principle is said to be at the core of the society's rituals and teachings, shaping their understanding of the world and their place within it. This belief in the interconnectedness of all things, the microcosm within the macrocosm, may explain the society's alleged penchant for secrecy. As protectors of an ancient truth, they believe that their knowledge should only be shared with those who are ready to understand and appreciate its profundity. The society is also rumored to be deeply invested in metaphysical exploration. Reports suggest that members engage in meditative practices and symbolic rituals designed to foster self-awareness and enlightenment. Some claim that these practices are designed to bring about an experiential understanding of the "as above, so below" principle. This suggests a deeply spiritual undercurrent, a quest for transcendence and understanding that goes beyond the mundane and the material. These esoteric teachings and spiritual practices, if true, provide an illuminating context for the society's alleged activities and goals. Their secrecy, their rituals, their influence, all these could be seen as manifestations of their belief in the unity of all things, and their commitment to preserving and experiencing this truth. And what of their view of humanity? It's been suggested that their belief in the interconnectedness of all things extends to an egalitarian view of humanity. This is, however, a point of contention. Critics argue that their exclusivity and elitism contradict such a claim. Yet others counter that this exclusivity is not a reflection of superiority, but rather a necessary safeguard to protect the profound wisdom they carry. In any case, the spiritual and philosophical dimensions of the Society of the Night Owl, shrouded in mystery as they may be, offer a tantalizing glimpse into the heart of this enigmatic society. The pieces of the puzzle may be scattered and incomplete, but each one adds another layer to the complex tapestry of this secret society. While the Society of the Night Owl may seem like a relic of the past, an organization shrouded in mystery and steeped in centuries-old traditions, their influence is far from confined to the hallowed halls of elite boarding schools. The threads of their influence, it is alleged, stretch out into the wider world, entwining with the levers of power and prestige in modern society. In politics, whispers of the Society's influence abound. Key political figures and policymakers from around the globe have been linked to the Society of the Night Owl. These connections are often tenuous, built on rumors and conjecture, but they persist nonetheless, painting a picture of a society with a potential reach far beyond its official membership. In the realm of business and finance, similar patterns emerge. Some of the world's most influential corporations are rumored to have ties to the Society, with top executives and board members alleged to be part of this clandestine organization. Again, these connections are speculative, often dismissed as the stuff of conspiracy theories. Yet they contribute to the narrative of a society whose influence permeates the highest echelons of global commerce. Perhaps most intriguing are the Society's rumored influences in pop culture and religion. Elements of their symbolism, their rituals, and their teachings can be found embedded in popular music, films, and literature, suggesting a cultural footprint that extends far beyond their immediate circle. In the realm of religion, their metaphysical teachings and spiritual practices echo the tenets of various faiths and spiritual traditions, hinting at a deeper, more pervasive influence. The Society of the Night Owl's alleged involvement in global governance, while less tangible, is nonetheless compelling. This notion posits the Society as a shadowy puppet master, subtly manipulating the strings of global power to serve their own unknown ends. It's important to remember, however, that these are all conjectures, built on a mix of facts, half-truths, and rumors. Concrete evidence of the Society's modern influence is scarce, and the Society itself remains tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying these claims. Despite this, the persistent rumors and alleged sightings of their influence keep the Society of the Night Owl firmly entrenched in modern discourse, their legacy enduring, not just as a secretive organization within elite boarding schools, but as a purportedly powerful force within the wider world. Then, there are the fringe theories, those that push beyond the realm of tangible influence into the metaphysical and the arcane. These theories are often dismissed as the product of overactive imaginations and a penchant for the fantastical, yet they persist, woven into the narrative of the Society of the Night Owl and its purported influence. One such theory revolves around bloodline control, suggesting that the Society is not just a network of elite individuals, but a lineage of families whose power extends back generations. Advocates of this belief present the Society as a kind of aristocracy, their power inherited rather than earned, their influence carefully curated and maintained through blood ties. This theory, while difficult to prove, feeds into the idea of a society that is not just influential but near omnipotent, its roots deeply embedded in the fabric of society. Similarly, there are claims of black magic and occult practices, with the Society's rituals and symbolism interpreted as evidence of a darker, more sinister purpose. These theories often reference the Society's use of esoteric symbols and rituals, suggesting a connection to ancient, forbidden knowledge. While the Society itself has always denied any links to the occult, these theories continue to circulate, the Society's secrecy only serving to fuel the speculation. Perhaps the most outlandish theory involves extraterrestrial influence. This theory posits that the Society's knowledge and power are derived not from earthly sources, but from otherworldly entities. Proponents of this theory cite the Society's emphasis on astral symbolism and cosmic awareness, arguing that these are signs of a connection to alien intelligence. While these claims are often met with skepticism, they contribute to the mystique surrounding the Society. painting them as more than just a secret group, but as a conduit for forces beyond our comprehension. Finally, there are theories that suggest a transhumanist agenda, with the society said to be at the forefront of efforts to transcend the limitations of the human body and mind. This theory presents the society as a vanguard of a new age, their influence and resources directed towards the pursuit of technological and biological enhancement. This narrative, while futuristic in its outlook, speaks to the society's alleged influence in the realms of science and technology, their reach extending even into the furthest frontiers of human potential. These theories, while controversial and often unsubstantiated, reflect a fascination with the society of the night owl that goes beyond the tangible. They speak to a desire to understand what lies behind the veil of secrecy, to uncover the truth of an organization whose influence is rumored to be as widespread as it is elusive. The allure and mystique of these elite boarding school secret societies are perpetuated not only by what is known or speculated, but also by what remains hidden. This is a world shrouded in mystery, where shadows are as important as the light, and where silence speaks volumes. The unknown fuels the imagination, and the secrecy inherent to these societies leaves ample room for speculation and interpretation. The tantalizing allure of what remains hidden, the unanswered questions, the unopened doors, these are the factors that keep the intrigue alive. Evidence of their existence and influence, while often veiled or ambiguous, continues to fuel suspicion. From the emblematic symbols found in architecture and design to the suspected ties to influential figures and political decisions, there is a myriad of tantalizing clues that suggest the continued existence and influence of these societies. Hints of their activities can be found in the traces they leave behind, a symbol etched into a stone, a discreet nod in a commencement speech, a pattern in the postings of prime positions in corporations and institutions. The connective tissue between these scattered pieces of evidence is thin but resilient, a spider's web that stretches across the world, its strands vibrating with the whispers of power and prestige. It is the elusive nature of these societies that allows them to potentially shape our world from the shadows. Their secrecy affords them a unique position of power, able to influence events and trends without being directly accountable or visible. Their actions, whether benevolent or malevolent, can ripple out into society, touching aspects of culture, politics, and economics in ways that are difficult to quantify or qualify. But perhaps the most important question is not what these societies do, but why they do it. What drives these individuals to seek membership in these shadowy groups? Is it a quest for power, for knowledge, for status? Or is it something more, a hunger for a connection, a sense of belonging that transcends the ordinary, that reaches into the realm of the extraordinary? These are the questions that continue to haunt us, that lead us down the rabbit hole of conspiracy and speculation. The lure of the secret, the allure of the unknown, beckons us forward, compelling us to question the stories we're told, and who's really telling them. The mystery of these secret societies is a mirror, reflecting our own curiosity, our own thirst for answers. As we peer into the depths of this enigma, we are forced to confront our own assumptions, our own beliefs about power, influence, and the nature of secret societies. The journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about uncovering the truth, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Secret Societies Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.